kids, it's me. Dropping in to do this Potomac review, honey. It wasn't really worth my time, and it really ain't worth the review, but here we go. Excuse the yelling and excuse the air, honey. I got these windows down. Y'all know what's going on. I'm gonna let them up. Cause it ain't too hot. It's hot, but it ain't too hot, Excuse how I'm looking, child. Girl, I was in the bed. I don't feel good today, child. I was in the bed minding my business, and I looked over at the clock and it said 7 o'clock, and I said, oop, I'm supposed to be at Granny Dim's at 7. So I'm on my way to Granny Dim's. But I said, let me go and give y'all this review. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care about this, just like I don't. But we're gonna talk about it. Honey, the first thing we see, and they tricked us, and I knew they would. First thing we see is the husbands coming in, all the husbands. You see Big Chris, you see White Chris, you see Juan Chris, you see Ray Chris, you see Michael Chris. All the Chris's were there, honey. All the Chris's appeared. Ray Chris still ain't shaved. Juan Chris ain't shaved either. Miss Honey talked about it in her recap. Actually, it is a little warm. I thought it wasn't gonna be this hot, but it's hot. Cause Juan Chris is usually attractive with that beard situation. I was like, now Juan Chris, we know you a beard, but you don't have to you don't have to do that. You don't have to look like that. What they doing with their driveway? It looks nice. They repaving the driveway. Anywho, so we see all the men and we thinking, oh, it's about to be, well, I'm not thinking, but somebody probably was thinking, oh, it's about to be on. We got the men's here, honey. We finna talk. But that really ain't what happened. It really ain't. I think I'm finna start making a policy that when I'm watching these reality shows, if they're more than 2 parts, I'm gonna skip the second part, just watch the first and the third. Because the second part ain't never nothing. It ain't never good, except that last season that Phaedra was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That was kind of good. That second part, it was kind of good. But all the other ones, honey, anybody got time for all that? Nobody. Anywho, they started back talking about Amistad. I had done forgot about Amistad, about how Candace really had done lied to the girls and made the girls think that Monique called Katie a slave. Candace really straight up just misled everybody into thinking, because there's absolutely no way, unless Candace is slow, which is very possible. So I guess there is a way. But there's not much of a way. Look at all these white bike riders. What are y'all doing? Why are y'all white and riding bikes in the hood like this? Gentrification is real. White people on bikes, y'all look, right behind me. White people on bikes. A bunch of them. Bicycles, not motorcycles. Which we used to seeing white people on motorcycles zooming through here. That's one thing. Because white men on motorcycles, or the white women depending, they got a different energy about them than the white people on bicycles. These people are on bicycles riding through the hood. I absolutely never. Gotta put a little extra vibrato. Never. Okay, 2 black men on bikes. That's normal in the hood. 2 black men riding down the street on bikes. Another old white man on a bike in the hood. What is going on? Is it bike day? I wouldn't have never thought nothing. All right, he got that weave laid. Yes, God, sis. Yes, God. Oh, I love him. But I never in my life would have thought I'd see a bunch of white men on bicycles, white men and women, white women on bicycles riding through the hood. White women, them the scariest of women. They didn't have their purses clenched or nothing. They felt safe. I don't like that. Like I said, I would have thought twice about the 2 black men on bikes, because black men on bikes in the hood is normal. We all see black men on bikes in the hood, honey. Coming from the package store with their brown paper bag. We all see that. That's regular. These white women's and men's, honey, with bicycles and knee pads and shoulder pads and helmets. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Now we sliding on this little section I'm driving in now is the multiracial part of the hood. Back yonder is the black side of the hood. We getting into the multiracial part of the hood, and I'm turning now into where they start doing meth. This is where they start doing meth. None of this is conducive for white middle class or upper middle class regular white people to be on bikes just riding. It's going towards dark. It is getting dark out here. I wouldn't be out here on the bike. numbers. There's safety in numbers. Girl, white people just baffle me, honey. They baffle me. And baffle is the word y'all looking for when y'all say behoove. I want y'all to know that too, since we're talking, honey. Since I done got off Potomac, I want y'all to know when y'all say, it behooves me. I want y'all to know y'all really trying to say baffles, because behoove means that it is at your best interest and it is at the behest of you. But if you don't know what behoove means, you might don't know what behest means. It's no shade. I just want y'all to know. Coming from me with love. With love. Behoove is not the word you're looking for, daughter. It's not. I love you, though. I love you down. Anyway, so Candace had really done tricked these people into thinking that Monique said that, into thinking that she said that the girl is a slave, or she looked like a slave, or she act like a slave. See, this is what happens when you're not a witty person. When you're not a witty person and you try to make a witty remark, it comes off wrong, and then folks go around telling folks you had done said this. No, she was trying to say sis was free. Sis was free. There were a lot of other references she could have made to her being free that didn't have nothing to do with slavery. I'm a star. But she didn't have the wit to do it. She didn't have the wit to do it. She could have even went so close as to say, because it's not so far, so close as to say, you know, she's Donna Summer free. Because Donna Summer was a free woman, honey. You know? She Shirley Murdoch as we lay free, because that was free. The way they was freely cheating on they lovers, honey. It's a lot of other references that she could have made. She could have said, you know, when you scan in one item at the self-checkout and you put an item inside another item free. Because I know some folks, honey, that will buy a lunchbox and the lunchbox be full of lunch. Honey, and they slide it through that self-checkout. Everything in that lunchbox was free. That's the kind of free Katie is. Not I'm a star. But, you know, the girls try to be witty and it just don't work. Anyway, at some point, Candace tried to throw Giselle under the bus, talking about Giselle. You know, I shouldn't have told her mortal enemy, because she would have took it and ran with. Girl, please. Because Giselle did ask you what she meant by Amistad, and you did make it seem like the girl was calling the other girl, you know, a slave, a house nigga, or whatever you was trying to make it seem like. You did do that. That wasn't Giselle this time. You know, I'm gonna get on Giselle whenever I need to, but I don't need to this time. That wasn't Giselle. That wasn't her. They started talking about Robin and Juan. I don't care nothing about it. I don't care nothing about it. Oh, puppy. Oh, no, that's a cat. Honey, that cat look just like a puppy. That cat is a puppet impersonator. Girl. Anyway, as y'all can tell, I am just all over the place. Are you gonna turn? We don't have to stop to turn. Go on, turn. It really did not take all of that. You got plenty of room. Sis stopped. Wasn't no stop sign in sight. Girl, this gonna have to be a two-parter, because I gotta get in here to Granite. I'm at the neighborhood. I'm at the neighborhood. Oh, yeah, yeah. Watch me get up in here and somebody already here. Because we don't communicate. We don't communicate. But yeah, I don't care nothing about Robin and Juan. They talk about the little tattoo, and they talk about Giselle, and then we start to, oh, ain't nobody here. Okay, well, let me get her in the bed. Remind me when I get back, because I'm going to be done forgot where I stopped. But we talking about Giselle and Robin, and you know that's my favorite thing to talk about. So I'll be right back. Hold on. It's going to be dark when I get back. I'm sorry for that. Sorry about it. Sorry to y'all. Sorry to y'all. I'm back, and I do apologize for the darkness. I'm a little thrown off because, honey, I got in there and my granny had put herself in the bed, but she's depressed. So she got up under the decorative covers, and she hadn't eaten, and so I had to get in there and get her a plate and get her to the bathroom and get her back in the bed. So hate to see her depressed. I really do. Anyway, let's talk about things that I was gonna say more exciting, but that's a lie. Things that I guess is more exciting to y'all, more interesting to y'all, because y'all clicked on the video to talk about Potomac. So Giselle, they talked about when Giselle went to the open house, you know, the open house warming, the warm open house, and immediately acted fool after her studsman asked her not to. Her studsman had done told her when they went truck driving, as you know, lesbians sometimes tend to do. Her studsman had done said, hey sis, when we get over here to the open house, don't act a fool, please. And first thing Giselle did when she got there was acting a fool. First thing. So Robin was upset about it. She was pissed, but she didn't tell Giselle she was pissed. That don't make no sense to me. But she wanted Giselle to figure it out. Sweetie. Sweet. Now's not the time to embrace your feminine wiles. Acting like a woman. I just want him to know what's wrong. Girl. You have to tell her. Tell her. And she didn't, and we saw that play out in the show. And when it was brought up on the reunion, Giselle says that she apologized to Robin profusely, and I said profusely. What y'all did? How the apology go? Profusely. All right. Something at the way I apologized to Robin profusely. Oh, did you? Profusely. Work it out. And at some point, they asked Giselle if she thought she owed Monique an apology, and for some reason she don't. And I'm just like, I'm really trying to figure out at this point, does Giselle, is it a colorist issue or what is it? Because the way she act with Monique, aside from the fact that she mad because the girl got 4 homes, that was the first thing that off-put her. Is she mad because Monique, slays and is brown? I really would like to know. I would. But anyway, she said she don't think she owes Monique an apology, and the apology was for Robin, and I apologized profusely. I'm so messy. Anyway, girl, I wish they would get this under control, honey. They doing construction down here at the Walmart on the parking lot. Like, they redoing the parking lot, and they've been redoing half the parking lot for like a month now. And girl, it just do not take all that. It do not. So we all lumped up on the one side, girl, and it's just tiresome. It's tiresome. But let me get over here to row 6, honey, because I always find a good spot on row 6. It's a little bit of a walk, but at least it's a decent spot. Oh, right here on row 6. Right here on row, every time. I tell you, no matter what, for at least, how long I've been driving. At least as long as I've been driving. I don't want to tell y'all because it's embarrassing how long I've been driving. Every time I come to Walmart, if I come to row 6, it's a spot for me. And a decent spot. They take care of me here on row 6. Anyway, the apology was due to Robin, and I apologize profusely, but I don't feel like I owe Monique an apology. And I'm just like, you do, because you snapped on her for no reason. And Monique even was like, you jumped the gun because it wasn't even going to be none of that. You jumped it, honey. Up jumps the boogie. If y'all have never heard Up Jumps the Boogie, Timbaland, Magoo, and Missy Elliott, the way Missy was rapping on that song sends me. Go listen to it. It is my favorite Missy Elliott flow in life, in all of life. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm in the parking lot, honey. You got to be watchful and vigilante. Let me see. So yeah, she said she doesn't owe Monique an apology, and that's that on that, honey. She felt that way and she meant it, because she did not get, she kind of gave a whatever, girl. Y'all know Giselle don't really do apologies. I feel like my nose is not running, but it feel like it's about to. Y'all know my allergies act a fool. Anyway, at some point Robin had done told Giselle, how would you feel if it was you? And she got her together, and Giselle was like, you're right, I'm sorry. And I was like, we found the top. We found the top. See, all this time I had thought maybe it was a little verse situation, but when Robin said, how would you feel if it was you? And Giselle was just like, you're right, I apologize. I was like, the top. Found her. It's Robin. Who knew, honey? I didn't. Then we started talking about Giselle and Karen and their relationship and how they go back and forth, and how Karen really don't see it for Giselle, but we gonna be friends for TV is what I gathered. Monique is having sex with her husband again. I don't know why Andy asked that, because I didn't need to know. At some point they started having a conversation, and Andy said, well, we're in a room full of tops, and the camera zoomed in on Robin, and I screamed and I hit the floor, and my mom was like, what happened? I'm like, it's not for you. It's not for you. But when Andy said we're in a room full of tops and the camera zoomed in on Robin, there will never be a time in my life that this has not happened. I'm gonna be on my deathbed in like 50, 60, 70 years, honey, and my mind is gonna think right back to where Andy Cohen had done said we in a room full of tops, and the camera zoomed in on Robin Dixon. Robin, you left your blinds open last night, Dixon. we in a room full of tops. Robin, wow. The way I fell, the way I hit the ground. At some point we started talking about Michael and Penis, child, and Robin was still trying to give the coy, one of our husbands. I don't want to say, I don't remember. Girl, we all know it's Juan. All of us feel that way about Juan. and said, my mama don't think Juan cute. My mama said Big Chris was cute. And I said, okay, he not hideous. He not my flavor. He's not for me. He's not for me. I'm happy for Monique and Big Chris. Happy for him. But for me, Juan Chris out of the husbands. Juan Chris. Don't nobody want Ray Chris. Karen talking about, Robin promised me it's not Ray. Well, yeah, baby, you could have promised yourself. Don't nobody want Ray. Nobody. Anywho, at this point, Keith Sweat should be paying me for the amount of times I sang his songs, but that's all right. That's all right. Then we get to a point where Ashley confronts Giselle about all the stuff she said in the confessionals and all the stuff she had been saying behind her back about Michael, and it just was of no use to me. It was of no consequence to me, because it's like, girl, you could have confronted her, during the show. While the show was ongoing, while y'all were filming, you could have confronted her. But well, we all know Giselle is messy. That's just how she is. Well, don't confront her now then. Because when Robin asked you specifically, why are you mad at me and not my better half? We are one. The Bible says when two people gets married, they becomes one. Why is you only mad at me? You need to be mad at we. But really, you need to be mad at she. And Ashley was like, well, Giselle's just messy. That's just how she is. Keep that energy. Keep the energy. You know, the only person in the whole wide world who has ever said keep that same energy to me is my cousin. Because she wanted to fight me over our grandmother, who wanted to fight me over Netflix. Crazy. Them niggas out of their mind. I've been back in town for months. I haven't seen them, but when I do, I have the energy. I hope you're watching. I hope she's in this Walmart right now. I really do. Because I want to hear her say in my face to me, keep that energy. I want to hear her say it. I would love, Monique, I would like to see it. I hope she here. I'm finna run it. I'm ready to end this video and run up in the store just to see if she here. I'm gonna walk down every aisle. That's a lie, because I'm tired. I done had a long day. I'm not gonna walk down every aisle, but if I see that help, I'm gonna say, I have the energy. You ready? You want to schedule something, or you want to do it now? I've got the energy. I have the energy. Whenever you're ready. We can meet up now, we can meet up later. See, I be trying to be safe, but people try me. Wasn't no reason for her to act that way. Wasn't no reason for her old crusty, bald-headed, eye booger having grandmother to act that way either. But they ugly. They ugly, and I really wish we didn't share blood. I do. I sure do. Anyway, at some point we found out that White Chris may want to eat Giselle's butt. Miss Honey said in her video, and I agree, Chris and Giselle now she in distress. So all my ladies who tired of his mess, losing out and losing hair, losing weight from the stress, whatever. Slide with a rich nigga. Now you blessed. Santana on the beat, honey. Honey, I don't know. I don't know about this White Chris and Giselle. I don't know, because they be giving each other eyes from time to time. They really do, and I don't know. I don't. But maybe he might have said to, I think he did say to Tandis, what if I wanted to eat Giselle's butt, and I'm like, and then Tandis explained, well, he only chose you because you don't have a husband. And Giselle was just like, okay. Girl, Robin gonna tackle Chris. Robin is gonna swan dive. What is on the Sims when you have the extreme violence mod? There's an action you can do called death from above. Robin gonna do death from above. Honey, come up from the sky and stab Chris down the hell, honey. Honey, don't mess with Robin's don't mess with Robin's bottom like that, honey. Don't do that. Do not do that. Don't do it. Anywho. I would like to see a Robin and White Chris fight. I would like to see it. Anyway, we get to talking about how Michael apparently is done grabbed everybody booty and Andy ain't know nothing about it. Michael done grabbed all these other producers behinds, and Andy was like, have you heard this? I've never heard this. Monique, have you heard this? Monique was like, absolutely, sure have. He grabbed my producer's butt. And I'm just like, what? Because Ashley said at some point, Michael is a wealthy, prominent man in DC, and if he said it, if he grabbed somebody's butt, wouldn't there be all these other people coming out saying that he grabbed their butt? And everybody was like, but they have. I'm like, I was shocked. By shocked, I mean not at all shocked. I'm really more concerned with Ashley, and there was in the preview for next week, Karen said to Ashley, you think he's not guilty, and that is a problem. And I agree. I don't know if she brainwashed. I don't know what's going on over there, but I am starting to get worried for Ashley. And that baby, that daddy looking baby. Anyway, y'all, let me get in this Walmart and walk around, see if my cousin in here, so I can see if I can give her that old 1-2 bop. And give me some juice, honey. I got to get some juice. Some juice. So, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll call y'all later. Shut up for something else. Peace.